Hello and welcome to Punting Pointers, packed full of betting advice for the week ahead. On the show today, Mark Winstanley gives us a tip a day in his betting diary. RP Sports' Dan Childs has some cracking football bets lined up for this week's games. And after a great bunch of tips last week, Wally Pyra is back with his best bets of the week.
Sorry about that. I hope you took my advice over Arsenal beating Liverpool on Sunday. That follows obviously Manchester City beating Chelsea the week before. Now, what's going to happen this week? Midweek, Wednesday, Spurs v Manchester City. Two dodgy defences, both look great going forward. Prices should be around about the same. What do the bookmakers do? They go 11-8 Spurs, 9-4 Manchester City. Wrong price, bookmakers. Too big about Manchester City. Take the price.
Well, plenty to look forward to this week, including a possible clash between Diamond Harry and Big Bucks on Saturday. But before then, what are the best bets of the racing week? Here's the one and only Mark Winstanley with his betting diary.
Tomorrow on Tuesday at Folkestone, a race the first there, the 1 o'clock, 2 mile 1 novice hurdle. Also like here's the old Carly Simon song, You're So Vain. Also Wayne Gatrix won a bumper at Folkestone there last month. Seems a shrewd move by Wayne to go back there and run the horse again in the novice hurdle. Good money for him to win this bumper. I think it's a useful horse. Stable's in tremendous form at the moment. Of course, he's taken over down at Weathercock House where Jenny Pittman used to send out all those winners before she burst into tears, of course. Here we go. You're so vain. In the 1 o'clock at Folkestone on Tuesday. On Wednesday evening, there's a listed affair down at Kempton. Kieran Fallon's come back from his travels abroad and his appearance on Panorama. And also like here, Ceremonial Jade, drawn 10-12. Massive advantage on the 7th furlong course at Kempton to be drawn higher. Gets on with Marcus Botti, coursing distance winner. Kieran on board, get it ready. The old Panorama cameras will be down there to whiz him home. Ceremonial Jade in the 8:20 at Kempton on Wednesday. Thursday, an old friend of ours runs at Exeter in a graduation chase, Corness. You remember a couple of runs ago, I tipped this horse up at a big price, 16-1 each way for the Haldon Gold Cup. Ran a cracker that day, doing his second to Planet of Sound. Since run another good race at Ascot. I think he's got a good, real good thing in this. Bet of the week for me. In the 250 at Exeter on Thursday, Corness. On Friday, we'll see another superstar from Nicky Henderson's take-a-bow, ladies and gentlemen. It's a horse called Belvano. And this horse of JP McManus's was very impressive on his hurdling bow at Newbury. Absolutely bolted up. At the moment, his second favourite to Dungwib for the Supreme Novice. The yard won't hear a defeat of this horse on Friday. AP McCoy riding for JP. Belvano, the flying machine. Mark Winstanley signing off, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you now.
Well, there was no romance in the jungle this year in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Very disappointing, but there could be something here. Celebrities to announce their engagement over Christmas. Declan Donnelly, the other half of Anton Deck, and Georgie Thompson, the gorgeous, the delectable Sky Sports news presenter. Always been my favourite. Is he going to propose to her over Christmas? 14-1. Declan, do the good thing. Get on one knee and propose to Georgie. 14-1 could be another Christmas present for me.
There were a few shocks in the weekend's football games, but here to discuss the midweek action is RP Sports' Dan Childs. Dan, 8 games midweek.
Yep.
What are the pick of them?
I quite like the game at Sunderland against Aston Villa for value purposes. I think Villa were excellent at Manchester United. They're a very good counter-attacking side, but sometimes they don't win the games that you expect them to win. And Sunderland at home, they've had some good home results, beating Arsenal at home, Liverpool at home this season as well. And there's 19-10 to win this game. And I think that could be worth, could be a value punt.
So Sunderland to win on Tuesday. Anything for the Wednesday?
I like the Man City Tottenham game at White Hart Lane catches my eye. I think the match result market probably about right. Spurs are 5-4 to win the game. Manchester City 9-4 to win away from home. But one thing that you can guarantee in this game is goals. I looked at the overs, over 2.5 goals market. 8-11 may look fairly short there, but have a look again then at the over 3.5 goals market, and it's 2-1 for 4 or more goals. And I just feel that Manchester City and Spurs, neither team defend very well, but both are superb going forward, and that for me is a great value punt.
So your 2 best bets of the week then, Dan. Sunderland to win on Tuesday and 4 goals or more in the Spurs-Man City game on Wednesday.
Now, how about a long-range football bet? I've got to say, this really and truly hurts me. Always had a soft spot for West Ham United. Zola, the manager, wonderful guy, but this team has got murdered by Manchester United, got beat by Birmingham. Look who they've got this week. They've got Bolton, and then lo and behold, they've got Chelsea. They are 7-2 to be relegated. That price will plummet after the weekend. Best to take it now. It really hurts me. But 7-2, West Ham United to be relegated looks a very, very attractive price.
Well, that's about all for this week's show, but stay tuned in to RPTV all week. Coming up, we look ahead to Saturday's racing in our Ascot Focus programme, featuring this man, Nicky Henderson, running the rule over his runners. Ben Hutton finds 3 to follow from last week's racing action in Wednesday's video notebook. And after tipping up Pockland to win the Boyle Sports Gold Cup last weekend, look who'll be back on RPTV later this week.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Mark Winstanley, and further on the site, if you have a butcher's around the site, you'll find me giving you a 10-to-1 tip for the Ladbroke. But next week, ladies and gentlemen, very, very important week, one of the biggest weeks in racing, all the old Christmas fixtures. Now I've got more stuff lined up and good, more exciting stuff lined up than Cheryl Cole in the old stockings. Don't miss me next week, marking your card for Christmas. You'll be a turkey if you miss my Christmas selections.
And that's it for now. Punting Pointers will be back after Christmas. Thanks for watching and see you again soon.